Hey YouTube, this is Brandon again. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about memory. Just a real quick example on how memory works. And this is going to be the gigabytes versus clock. Now, say that the gigabytes are going to be your basket size. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be processing apples. So your basket size is your gigabytes, but the rate that it gets to the processor is going to be your clock speed. So we're going to show, for example, an 8 gigabyte basket which can hold 8 apples, but the clock speed is low and it takes 10 seconds to get to the processor. Now we'll do a little different example here. This one's going to be a smaller basket. It takes 4 gigabytes, but it only takes 3 seconds. And let me write that a little better for you guys. So we're going to do a little exercise on this, just very basic, just to show you what this main difference and how this actually memory works, because obviously it is much more complex than this, but it does show, and this does basically example, that a good clock speed is much more vital than having tons of gigabytes, because like our processors today, for example, say we have our huge basket here which can hold 16 gigabytes, or apples, but it still takes 12 seconds to get to the processor. Well, maybe only your computer calls for using 4 apples, or using even 6. So even if it used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples to get to the processor, this processor may distribute apples per second, but it's still going to take 12 seconds to get by to that processor. So what you want to do is you want to go with a higher clock speed. So although there's a smaller basket maybe, which they do make 16 gigabytes, all kinds and high clock speeds, but say this was even a smaller basket, this was only 4 gigabytes, and once again, it only takes 3 seconds. Now, we're calling 6 apples, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a second basket to fit those 2. However, you're still cutting the time in half. This would only take 6 seconds, and this would take 12. So it's very vital to choose a good clock speed when you want a very fast computer. The processors now are incredibly fast, however, and the gigabytes are high. However, you need to work on clock speed, because you got to forget that the memory is the first thing that this goes to before the processor when you have data coming in. Data comes in, goes to the memory, is temporarily held, and waiting for the processor to process the goodies. But if you have a faster rate, which this is transferring to the processor, you're actually going to get more to put out and a much faster computer, although yours may be the same. So this is just a basic overview once again how gigabytes versus clock speed on memory works. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or check out my website. Thanks a lot, guys.